This is the Fox 5 10 o'clock news, special late edition.
Down the left field line, gone! There it is, 62! Touch first, Mark. You are...
Well, it was a swing for the history books, and the guy who did it continued to prove why he is such a gentleman. Good evening, I'm John Roland.
I'm Rosanna Scotto.
Thanks for sticking around for this late edition of the 10 o'clock news. What a night for Mark McGwire.
He broke Roger Maris's record and shared the moment with the Maris family.
Well, as you know, home run number 62 came in his second time at bat. Man, you talk about a celebration. Curt is here with that story for you. Curt.
All right, not only did he get there, he may have done it the fastest. Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs in 154 games. Roger Maris hit 61 in 163. But now Mark McGwire has topped both in just game 144. As you saw right here on Fox 5, Big Mac smacked number 62.
Down the left field line, is it enough? Gone! There it is, 62! Touch first, Mark. You are the new single-season home run king.
I was so shocked because I didn't think the ball had enough to get out. And when I saw the ball leave, I looked up and Dave McKay was in my way, and I sort of missed first base, had to come back and touch it. And then, you know, I don't remember anything after that. And then I come in and everybody's hugging me, and I lift up my son, and I'm hugging, and I go over and talk to the Marises, and I just, I was numb, and then I said.
And maybe the greatest thing about this home run, it was his shortest of the year, 341 feet, so it didn't make it into the stands. A member of the grounds crew got the ball, gave it back to McGwire, so no one will be a millionaire, and the ball will go to Cooperstown. We'll have much more, including more reaction from McGwire, coming up later on in sports. John and Rosanna.
All righty, thanks, Curt. Well, just because Mark McGwire broke the home run record that was held by a Yankee doesn't mean New Yorkers aren't cheering for him. Penny Crone spoke with some fans tonight. Penny?
Rosanna, New Yorkers are the best fans in the world, and I got to tell you, we're on Broadway, and people have been cheering all over the place here. You didn't have to be from St. Louis to appreciate the #1 boy of summer tonight, and that is Mark McGwire. What a game. What else can you say? Mark McGwire, you're the man. Sports fans marveled at the homer that sailed into left field and put McGwire's record breaker at 62. Even Chicago Cub Sammy Sosa was thrilled.
Right now, this is fantastic.
What would you have given to be at that game?
My right arm and my left arm. It couldn't happen to a nicer man. Mark McGwire is a class act. Think about it. He hits a 62nd home run. First person he hugs is his son.
Bedlam broke out at the All-Star Cafe on Broadway, where the giant screens carried the history-making run. As far as New York fans were concerned, it was going to happen tonight.
It's more better doing it in St. Louis on the road. You don't get that same feeling. You don't get that, you know, he don't get the support on the road, but it's more better to do it at home.
The last person to catch a record-breaking home run ball remembers it like it was yesterday. It came from Roger Maris's bat back in 1961.
Before I knew it, I was meeting Roger Maris, and I just said I want to give Roger the baseball. That was it.
And you gave it to Roger?
Well, I tried to, but he turned it down. He told me to make some money on it.
McGwire hits a homer. Well, it was a few minutes of nothing but celebrations. From here, all the way back to St. Louis. So you think we're the only ones that can celebrate? The New York Yankee fans, even they were celebrating. Incidentally, Time Warner Cable went out here in Brooklyn, Queens, and in Manhattan, so you're getting to see it right here on Fox all night. It is history. Reporting live from Times Square, I'm Penny Crone, Fox News. Now back to you, Rosanna and John.
All right, thanks, Penny. You know, some people couldn't watch Big Mac hit. They were so hit hard by that storm yesterday. Still don't have power. We've got team coverage for you starting in New Jersey. Craig Treadway's in Rahway. Bob O'Brien's in Plainfield. Bob?
John, about 50% of this Union County city of Plainfield was without power tonight, the second night of life without lights, and it may not be the last night in the dark here. George Street and Hillcrest Avenue in Plainfield's East End is typical of many streets in this storm-ravaged city of 46,000. Monday afternoon's violent storm ripped down countless trees, many of which took utility poles and power lines down as they crashed to the ground. So it's another night without electricity for the residents of George Street. Talitha Franklin showed us a refrigerator full of spoiling food, and with an electric stove, there's not even a chance to cook up what's defrosted.
I cannot cook, I cannot iron, my fridge is not working. I can't heat up things in the microwave, so I can't make a hot breakfast or a hot lunch or a hot dinner or anything.
Electric service in Plainfield's Central Business District is on, and Plainfield's police headquarters is on the powered side of the street. Police Chief Edward Santiago says powerlessness has not led to lawlessness so far, and the 9 p.m. curfew is to protect people.
Part of the reason for the curfew at night was basically to maintain calmness, and the curfew in the morning, people can come out in the morning, but again, everybody's cautioned that when they walk there not to touch any wires or go into any areas that we have barricaded off.
By day, it's easy to see the enormous task facing public service electric and gas crews who have to do the work that restores the power. Those who suffered property damage will be flooding insurance companies with claims. Attorney John Gross specializes in insurance litigation.
But you've got to give prompt notice. You can't take no for an answer, and you've got to stay on the ball.
When will all the lights go back on in the North Jersey towns blacked out? The people staffing PSE&G's Distribution Emergency Response Center have the answer.
It looks now like the worst case would be sometime midday on Thursday.
Plainfield isn't the only town lashed and smashed by yesterday's weird weather. The violent storm did a lot of damage several miles to the east of here in Rahway, and that's where Craig Treadway is right now. Craig?
Good evening, Bob. You know, we do know what hit Plainfield and what hit Rahway. We're hearing from the National Weather Service that it was a tornado that struck both towns. Now, you can see behind me what the city of Rahway's had to deal with, down trees all day, but I'll tell you, most of the people here are not concerned about what went through Rahway. They're concerned about what damage it did. And what it did was leave this place in a state of emergency with a lot of cleaning up still left to do.
Next you know, it's got a little bit of black clouds. And the wind's picking up a little bit, and then it's just like a freight train hit.
Trees were snapping. You heard the crack, the pop.
Some trees did snap, like twigs. Others were simply knocked down by the relentless winds.
Worst I've seen since the last storm, which was about 2 years ago. We had a tornado